welcome to episode 8. It's slightly different today. We're going to go up to Scotland in the Mustang, and it's supposed to be the M Coupe here, but Martin's running late as usual, so we're going to start heading up towards the borders of Scotland, and then hopefully you can catch us up on the way. We're going to head up past Newcastle Airport onto the A68 and up that road there. Hopefully we get some good footage, and we'll do a little review on the Mustang on the way. See you on the road. Some much better roads now for the Mustang. It's just eating the miles up. Even though this car's, it's a big lump of car, it still feels really nimble. I think you've got a lot more control now in a manual, and it's not like a big rolly clump or something in the corners either. Sometimes you get in like a big GT car and it's all over the road once you get on the cut lanes, but this is really good. You hear that auto blip just kicking in on the downshift. Matches the revs what you should be at. The gear just slips straight in. Even on the upshift, gears just go in really nice. This car's got the B&O sound system in it, which is really nice as well. Plenty bass, plenty top end. Sometimes you get good brand sound systems and they just drown it out with loads of bass, or the top end's just screeching its ears off, but this is a really well balanced system. Hopefully you can't see this video, but we're taking the corners, pretty quick, and it's handling it absolutely perfect. The sound as well is just awesome. I do love good turbo cars, but there's nothing beats the sound of a V8. I mean, even inside the cabin, it's quiet. I don't want to say what speed we're sitting at, but it's got 3 digits, and it's silent. No real wind noise, there's no nothing. Even though the tyres are really wide as well, there's not a lot of road noise. As soon as you get a decent bit of tarmac, it's silent. We're just here at the Scotch Borders. I've just drove the Mustang up. I'm now going to jump into the M Coupe here. And once we get up to Jamie's, we'll see what's happening up there. But we'll see you on the road. Now we're on the move in the M Coupe. So these were about £35,000, £36,000 when they first come out. They were very much a Marmite car. You know, some people absolutely love them, some people despise them. I've always thought they were just a cool car. So a long time ago, my dad had an E46 M3. Not a lot of people had them then. Once they had it maybe 6 to 9 months, there was more and more sort of popped up in our area, so you wanted to get something that wasn't going to be readily available to everybody, so we decided on getting this car. So I think he's had this car since 2007, I'm going to say. It's been an unbelievable car. It's, you know, it revs to probably 8,000 RPM, absolutely scream. This car literally tells you, you know, scream if you want to go faster, and it does. I suppose at the time, you know, £36,000 is a lot of money, but now, you know, you'd probably get a top of the range sort of Megane would be £36,000, so a lot of car for the money. These are, I think, 320 horsepower, but weighing at just 1.4 tonne, then you do get a lot of power to weight. There's a few cars ahead of us now, but if we can get a bit of clearer in the road, you'll see that they are an immense revving car. Gears are really long. I mean, they can't be as long as a Mustang. I think that Mustang fourth gear has got to be probably one of the longest fourth gears in a car I've ever driven. You know, you can go from probably 40 mile an hour to 140 mile an hour in one gear. It's unbelievable. So this car used to top out at about 150, I think it was. And then we put the 6-speed gearbox in, because this car originally was restricted basically with a 5-speed gearbox, so you couldn't go any faster. It would bounce off the limiter in top gear, and that's where your speed limit was, I suppose. So we got rid of that. We put a 6-speed box in out of an M3 Evo. It was probably the best decision we've ever made. So a lot of people say you're going to take away some, you know, of the characteristics of the car, it won't be original. But to be fair, when they're original, they are a nice car, but I think it's a lot better car now. We've added some things to it, so it's got KW coilover suspension all round. It's also got H&R anti-roll bars. It's got BBS LM wheels. It's got Union Royal Rain Sport tyres all round, which I think are a really good tyre. They don't last very long, but we don't really care. As long as we get the grip, we're happy. And like I say, we added the 6-speed box, so you know, if you're doing 70 miles an hour, you're actually doing it at under 3,000 RPM, where with a 5-speed gearbox, that'll be right up towards 3,500 RPM, which is, not only is it screaming in your ear, but it's screaming in your wallet, because it just annihilated fuel when we had the 5-speed box in it. So we're taking these corners fairly quick, and it just handles it perfect. This car just loves these roads, it really does. I always think this car is a lot more suited to the track. But these roads up here, these are like your own little personal racetrack. Obviously we're going to stick within the speed limits. Officer. Hi, we're up here now in the Borders detailing workshop with the M Coupe here, getting done first. We're here with Jamie, who's the owner. Got a few questions for Jamie before I let him loose on my car. I'm sure he's well qualified. Jamie, how long have you been detailing for?
Started detailing in 2008 and then progressed from there. Turned professional, if you like, 2012, eventually getting certified, building a studio here because there was a gap in the market.
Yeah, what actually made you get into it?
Do my own car, started as a lot of people do, work with their own car. Other people seen it when it was in a car park where I used to work, and before obviously going full time with this, and then it just led from one car to another.
How do you end up getting to the products that you're on with now? And what are the products? We
use a range of products when we first started. We still use a slight range now, but it's narrowed down a lot because we've got the experience of knowing what works with different paint types, or different things we'll come across. But we mainly stick with Geon, being certified by Geon.
Yeah.
The advice that they give her as well, the backup that we get from them as well, is it just.
Do you get sort of so on the ceramic coating, do you get some sort of warranty? Do you?
Yeah. Geon have released Infinite Evo warranted coatings. Mm-hmm. That's a 5-year or lifetime coating, warranty even on your coating. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
So what made you stick with just Geon in the end?
The main product we use Geon just for the market leading brand. They're moving forward all the time. Yeah. As in with the warranted coatings that they brought out, I think they were the first to do that. We've always had again good support from the Geon network, and they're always looking to go forward.
Can you call them for technical advice on that?
Yeah, always on hand. Really helpful advice, and they'll call us just to see how we're getting on. If there's anything new coming to the market, they'll notify us, and there's always chances to get away. I think they've been in Germany recently with some Geon detailers who are lucky enough to get across. So yeah,
that's nice. What sort of tools do you use?
We use everything from scan grip light. We use a range of products, obviously different compounds, different surface preps which we'd use after we've been machine polishing, just to make sure that there's nothing else on the surface. And we've got my favourite one, which is Bigfoot. The root beer is Bigfoot. We generally stay with root beers with the machine. We've got a flex machine which is wireless, which comes in handy now and then as well.
Mm-hmm. So is that your favourite tool there, is it?
Yeah.
What's the difference between them on
just
that one?
Sizes and the throws. This one's just nice, especially on things like wings and things like that, and it just gets in the places where sometimes you can't. We have got a smaller one than that, which is about 1 inch, and that gets in even more delicate areas. But for me, it's the repairs.
What sort of process are you going to do in this car?
This will have a full wash, decontamination. It'll be brought in to the workshop where we'll blow dry it and getting into places which the towels can't. Yeah. And then it'll be surface prep. We'll have a good look over it, see where the imperfections are, see where the main imperfections are, and then we'll move on to machine work.
Yeah. So I picked you because of things I've seen you done before. You always seem to have top of the range cars in. But if I was further away from you, I think we maybe drove 80 mile maybe. It was a bit further than that, and I want to choose somewhere closer at home. What advice would you give somebody if I had to choose a detailer closer to them?
Is look at the portfolio, see what they've got, see what they've done, see how long they've been doing it, and that they've got things like insurance in place. We're fully insured. If they are certified, and that's brilliant. Yeah. Make sure it's obviously a reputable brand that they are certified by. Yeah. But the main thing is the portfolio, and see what experience they've got, and make sure they're doing it right.
So do you do interior as well as exterior?
Yeah, we do it interior. Again, we'll use a lot of Geon products. They do leather cleaners as well as leather protection, which we can add in, as well as your normal kind of interior detail, if you like.
Can you put the coatings on the wheels, can you?
Yeah, again, Geon do Geon rim, which we use. I'll give you up to 12 months protection on the rims, stopping any brake dust contamination, things like that, sticking or kind of binding onto the wheel.
If you were giving any advice to somebody younger maybe, or somebody who wants to get into detailing, what would your advice be?
Practice, learning carefully. Practice panels, go to a scrapyard, get a bonnet if you want, or a wing, a bit easier, and just practice using different compounds, use different products, different pads, and that's the best way really. And
just ask away,
ask people who are in the industry. I know there's Facebook there's detailing forums, and a lot of people are willing to help you and give you advice.
So it's not, you don't think it's so at the garage it's very clicky, a lot of advice isn't given, but his detailers a lot more open?
Yeah, it's similar. There's people who won't give you advice, there's also the tongue-in-cheek answers and things, but just look past it. Everybody started somewhere, so...
That's good advice. So this car is not getting PPF'd, but the Mustang is getting PPF'd?
Yeah.
Do you think there's more call for PPF now than there is ceramic, or do you think
it's balanced. I think we do a lot of new PPF installs on new cars for dealers, or people who have bought a new car and think, actually, I'm going to keep this for a longer period of time. I don't want any stone chips on the paintwork, and they'll go down that route. People who are wanting to maintain their car, easier, or get a ceramic coating on it, which protects better against UV rays, easier to clean, stops obviously things etching into the paint. Then we'll go down the ceramic coating route.
So you would basically, if I went and bought a brand new car, I'd get it delivered here.
Yeah.
You would either ceramic coat it for us. Yeah. Or you'd PPF the car.
Yeah. Either or both. We do half and half. So we do front end PPF a lot of the time as well, and then we'll do back end with ceramic coating, a bit of machine work. I apply the ceramic coating to the back end and front end PPF. I mean, you can PPF a whole car if you want. Yeah. But the main thing we do would be front end PPF.
So I'm getting PPF put on my Mustang. What's the difference between the PPF on the Mustang and the ceramic coat on this getting?
So your paint protection, your PPF's a paint protection film. It's a clear film which will go over the paintwork. That will prevent against likes of stone chips and your scratches. A lot of them now have self-healing technology within the PPF, which in the natural habitat will kind of the scratches will eventually disappear. Yeah. So you can't actually see them, and it also has protected your paint on top of that because
have you got any PPF?
Yeah. There's some, yeah. As you can see, that's how thin it is now.
Thick skin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I stretch it?
Yeah. You can stretch it. You can try and snap it if you want.
That's pretty tough, that. So that'll literally just lay on top of the car, and you won't be able to see it.
Nope.
Once it's on.
No. Borders detailing, what we do is we often go for a wrapped. You can't get it where it'll come to the edge. Yeah. We try and stay away from that and get it wrapped round.
Nice.
Obviously limits any sort of room for error or any lifting.
And does it come, the paint will just look exactly the same under the film?
Yeah, don't lose any clarity in the paint. Yeah. Same with the Mustang, when that comes in we will do some machine work to the front end to make sure that it's the best service possible before we start laying down PPF.
Right, so it's good quality under the PPF?
Yeah. Yeah. As good as that paint is under the PPF.
Yeah. It'll be exactly the same?
Correct.
Have you got some fitted there?
Yeah, this is a test bonnet that we have. That side's obviously not got the PPF on, that side has self-healing PPF installed.
Even with that PPF on there, that's a lot glossier finish, a lot nicer finish, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can scratch that, and I can scratch that, and that one will self-heal, you think?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that one's just scratched easy. So is that one. But magic, it's gone. That's perfect, that's awesome. So is there a rough sort of costing for that? If anybody's looking to get a PPF done?
It does differ slightly, depending obviously size of car, how much machine work we're going to actually have to do before we install it. For a rough guide, front end kit, which includes your bonnet, bumper, wings and the front of your wing mirrors, is starts from about $14.50, supplied fitted.
That's cheap really to protect your paint, I suppose.
Yeah, it's better than getting a paint job.
It costs you more to get the front end of your car painted after a stone chip to death. This one's actually quite badly stone chipped, this, but it's the front of the car is really flat, and obviously it's normally right over the back of someone's car, so you seem to get the stones off it. So that's why the Mustang's getting done now before it gets that way. That's the same, totally flat front, so I don't want it hammering up the stone chips. So this one is just getting the polished and the ceramic coating.
Yeah,
that one's getting the
carry up machine stages. Obviously, like I said before, once we've washed decon, bring it in, and we'll get it clear barred and obviously make sure that there is nothing on the paint. It's the smoothest surface before we start getting the machines onto it. We'll get the paint to a high standard, and then we'll seal it in with Gion's Evo Infinite ceramic coatings. And then for your warranty going forward, you can decide whether you want to go for 5 years or you want a lifetime warranty. That's an option. It kind of is in your hands. You can do either or. Yeah.
And how long does the process normally take you?
It can take up 4 days plus. Yeah. Depending on what we're doing, the size of it, how we're,
So would it be best, do you think, drop off on say a Monday, And
yeah, we'll try and get start of the week. And if there needs to be going to the weekend a little bit, then we've got that option. Especially with we're fully booked now as well up till November time. So it's just kind of making sure we've got enough time, and if we do come across any hiccups, that we've got enough time to rectify that before it leaves.
Jimmy, once I've collected my car and I've taken it away, how would I keep my warranty intact?
Just when you wash it, maintaining it, going forward, make sure you use Gion's products. That will give you a 5-year warranty. If you decide that you want to go further and you want to go and get a lifetime warranty, if you maintain it with Gion products going forward, and it comes back to us every 2 years or 15,000 miles, where we'll carry out a top up on it, which will just keep your warranty intact.
Seems pretty simple. So for a 5-year, I can do it myself.
Yeah.
For a lifetime, I'm going to bring it back here every 2 year, 15,000.
2 year, 15,000 miles, or a Gion certified detailer. Doesn't necessarily have to be me or us, shall I say, but yeah, a Gion certified detailer.
Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Borders Detailing. I want to put all his links here on this side for his Instagram, Facebook and website. Give Jimmy a message, but remember that they're starting to book up towards Christmas now, so if you can, book up fast. For our page, we're over the 500 subscribers now, so we're halfway to giving you $1,000. Remember, I want you to like and subscribe to our page and also ring the bell for notifications. Thanks very much. See you next time.